Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' House of the Dragon. I'm definitely going to try to be quick with this, and I think that I probably will be able to be pretty quick with it. So let's just jump right in. First things first, I do not love that the theme song is the same. The intro, I've seen some other people say that they agree and don't like that the intro theme song is the same. But that also they didn't like that the kind of sequence was very similar to how it was with like the machinations of this like little diorama type thing, how it was in Game of Thrones. Also, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that that like look was similar to the Game of Thrones intro, but definitely the music. I'm like, why can't they get their own theme song? I don't understand. And it's not like they can't be associated with each other. They're obviously going to be, but let it have its own music, you know? Because when I hear that music, I think Game of Thrones, like that show, which is a different show. So, didn't love that, but whatever. Kind of overall thoughts, I guess. I liked the episode. I really like seeing, yet again, the complexity or the nuance, I guess, of Daemon Targaryen. He's, you know, doing things where you're like, bro, what is your problem, you little bitch? And just disrespectful as all fuck, right? You know, going in and stealing a dragon egg and whatnot. And specifically stealing that dragon egg, you know, is like a slap in the face to not only Rhaenyra, but also obviously to King Viserys. So yeah, he's just doing shit like that that's so wildly disrespectful and just, yeah, very kind of immature and just trying to get attention from his brother and whatnot. And it makes you not like him, or it makes him feel like a villain, and you're like, I don't like this motherfucker. But then, just like Rhaenyra knew, when she shows up and is like, all right, well, here I am. If you want this crown at some point, you're gonna have to kill me. So do it then, uncle. And he obviously cannot do it. Like, it's not even a thought. He knows he's not going to do it. She knows he's not going to do it. That's why she did that. You know, everyone else thought it was such a gamble, but she knew. She was like, he's not going to kill me. And yeah, you get like those sides of him, I guess. And I just thoroughly I'm loving Rhaenyra. I mean, I feel like most people are. She is turning into a great character. And of course, we see more of Viserys, you know, being a generally good guy overall. He has good intentions. He's not evil. He wants to do a good job, but he also just cannot make a strong choice to save his life, really. And, you know, the choice he made, which I knew he was going to make, but it's just the way they changed it from the book, because in the book that happens, he chooses to marry Alicent Hightower, but in the book, Alicent and Rhaenyra are not best friends, and Alicent is older too. I mean, she's like in her mid-20s, I want to say, something like that, early 20s, mid-20s. She's not a teenager from what I recall. And also, King Viserys in the book is like in his late 30s. So really, in the book, like him and Alicent isn't even a thing at all as far as the age thing is concerned. But yeah, they made it way more compelling, like I said before, with making Rhaenyra and Alicent best friends, because obviously that whole situation is going to affect Rhaenyra and Alicent differently, and then how they showed it kind of being behind Rhaenyra's back also, and her dad didn't even bother to give her a heads up. She just got blindsided by this information that she's not happy about. And also, I'm really enjoying how they kind of showed the relationship between Viserys and Alicent, where she is just such a dutiful daughter, you know, with her father basically shoving her at the king. And she goes along with it, and you just see her constantly. I mean, her dad drew attention to it, picking at her fingernails, or her cuticles around her fingernails, and like they're bloody. And you see her standing there all the time, like fucking with them, and just the looks on her face, and it's very much like, to me it's obvious that she does not really want to be doing this at all, but it's just, like I said, she's a dutiful daughter, so she's like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. And Viserys isn't a jerk, he's not an evil monster, so she's kind of just like, okay, here we go. I saw some people online saying that Otto Hightower is like Littlefinger, and I just disagree so much. He, like, similar, I guess, in the fact that, like, whereas Lord Corlys, his vie for more power and influence was just, hey, marry my daughter, right? And I'll get to that in a second. But, which is what a lot of people do, like, very open, like, requests or suggestions, proposals to the king of, like, hey, let's do this. And, like, it's beneficial for me, but it also would be beneficial for you, and cool. Whereas Otto did it very subtle, behind the scenes, didn't let Viserys know that this was his, like, plot. Just let Viserys think it was his choice. And, you know, just putting little things in his ear of like, oh, I wouldn't want to have to marry for duty. That would be terrible. Wink, wink. Marry my daughter because you like her, right? That wouldn't be for duty. That would be for love. Just shit like that. So I get the comparison, I guess, but I'm like, Littlefinger was leaps and bounds ahead of everyone, to the point where some of his schemes, many of his schemes, you have to, like, sit and think about to even fucking figure out, like, what the hell he was doing and scheming and plotting. And, like, he showed up at King's Landing after marrying Sansa off to Ramsay Bolton and told Cersei, oh, that mission you sent me on, I think I found Sansa. Here's where she is. If you're going to want me to get her, I'm going to need some things. It's like, bitch, you put her there. You know, shit like that. Like, it's a similar thing where he's doing things behind people's backs and not letting people know what he's doing. But a lot of people do that. A lot of characters in this series, in the original series, and I'm sure in this one, do things like that. So I'm like, I don't think Otto is on Peter Baelish's level at all, because that dude was on one all the time. And getting back to the Velaryons, yeah, the whole thing with, hey, marry my daughter who's 12. Yeah, I already watched, today is the day after, and I already watched a bunch of reaction channels react to the episode, of course, and I mean, everyone is like clutching our pearls collectively about this being on screen and like this being suggested, but I don't know. And it's like, of course I get that. If I saw someone react to it, you know, not having read the books especially, but like just reacting to it and being like, oh yeah, that seems normal, or like, oh, lucky him. Like, yeah, you're a psycho. Like, that's, in our modern world with our modern sensibilities, that's not normal, nor should it be. It's very inappropriate. It's morally reprehensible. It's criminal. Like, it's not legal. All the things, as it should be, right? But I don't know, I guess with this, I'm just like, that's what they did all the time. I mean, in our own real world, back in the day, many, you know, centuries ago, that also would be a thing, particularly for nobility, royalty, when it's like an advantageous marriage, right? It could be someone, the age gap could be crazy, or it could be literal children getting married to each other, or whatever. And that was just the norm. And yeah, in Fire and Blood, like, again, it's the norm. Viserys is not the first king to have someone propose, hey, marry my literal child of a daughter. And they would do it that way where, like, you could get married, but, like, not, you know, start trying to produce heirs, not start sleeping together until whoever was the younger person, or if they're both young, like, comes of age. And then it's like, okay, let's start doing the thing. And obviously their of age is still, like, wildly young, and again, in our modern day, not okay, 0% okay, wrong in all the ways, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just like, it just doesn't, again, having read the book, it's like, this is many times over this has happened, and it's not, like, super shocking. And I'm curious how they're gonna, what else they're gonna change moving forward, if they are going to change certain things, because, yeah, I don't want to say anything, like, for future stuff that could be spoilery if they keep it to what it was in the book, But yeah, I'm just curious how certain things will progress regarding marrying very young people. And yeah, again, in the book, Alicent, because, you know, he's choosing to marry her, but everybody is still like, I mean, she's still a child. And I don't know how old she's actually supposed to be in the show. I think she's still supposed to be slightly older than Rhaenyra, but like probably, I would guess, a year or two older, like 2 years-ish older, because she doesn't look that much older than her. She does look a little bit older than Rhaenyra, to me. But yeah, they aged her down from the book, I think probably to make more sense that they were best friends and so super close. Which, again, I'm glad they did, because I think that whole thing is a great change. Oh yeah, I forgot from the first episode to mention anything about Lady Missaria and just being so excited for her as a character as it goes on. But yeah, she is a character, and in the book, later on especially, a wildly important character. Plays a major role in things to come in the future. I'm trying to think if there was any other little things. I mean, they talked about the Doom of Valyria, which I'm always fucking fascinated with, and I would love a show about that. God, I would love to see a show about old Valyria. Oh, it'd be so cool. That's all, though. So let me know what your thoughts were, and if you did watch the trailer for episode 3, are you excited? Or the sneak peek, I guess, whatever. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.